Plaintiffs Kelly Baltimore, her sister Sarita Sampson, and their niece Adrienne Smith say Adrienne dated the defendant's son, and the defendant never liked her. Kelly claims after Adrienne's brother was murdered, the defendant and her son came to their home and assaulted Sarita, which led to an all-out brawl. They're suing for the assault. Defendant Sabrina Burns admits that she never liked Adrienne because she controlled her son with sex, was expelled from school, and was also arrested for armed robbery. Sabrina insists Sarita is the one who jumped her and pulled her wig off, so she's countersuing for medical bills and pain and suffering.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you all.
Yes, Your Honor. Well, my niece, Adrienne, and my sister, Sarita, right here. Adrienne had dated Tasheen for almost 2 years.
Tasheen is the young man?
Tasheen is the defendant's son. Within those 2 years, Adrienne has had to be subject to Miss Burns getting in her face about to fight her.
Quiet, I'll let you speak.
That's
constantly having to be subject to her, who's as old as her mom, being in her face, disrespecting her. For some reason, she doesn't like Adrienne. She's always had a problem with her. This woman, Your Honor, claims to be an ordained minister, yet she dresses provocative. She wears black every day. She curses, she drinks, she even worships the devil. My niece can give you a bit more insight on her character.
Hi, Your Honor.
Well, first of all, you dress sexy. Is that a short dress you got on? Oh, okay, pants. All right, she looks conservative today.
Well, she more so has her breasts out.
She looks provocative.
She dresses very provocative, Your Honor, and she wears black 7 days a week.
That's a lie. I am a woman. I dress like a woman. I have 3 kids, 18, 12, and 3. And I'm a married woman. I'm going to be a pastor.
She's not, Your Honor.
I dress like a woman, a lady. Always.
So
well, Ms. Burns,
she's a church lady. However, she acts,
behaves
she dresses provocative and worships the devil. And your niece was going to tell me some other things.
Yes, Your Honor. When I first met Lil, I met her drinking a Coke 45. She then stated that she does not like me. She preferred that her son should be with a better girl.
And that is true. That is true.
And
I did not like her when I first met her. That is true.
And then she got in my face, started pushing me, saying, "I don't like you.
Never laid
I don't like you." Then,
Your Honor,
I caught her walking.
Quiet, ma'am. You have to control yourself. You're starting to make me think that you can't control yourself, and that would indicate that they might be telling the truth about you. Go ahead.
I didn't caught her walking a few nights around looking for ecstasy pills with her 3-year-old son.
How do you know that's what she was looking for, ma'am?
Because I sit around in the neighborhood and the drug dealers who she went to, I mean, you can't go to nobody else I know that she went to the drug dealer.
How do you know?
Because I see the drug dealers sell.
She's only been an ordained minister claiming to be in the church.
But she's making an allegation against this lady that's pretty inflammatory. She's talking about she saw her buy dope from someone, and so I need her to prove to me that that's what you saw. How do you know that's what you saw her doing? She could have been around there passing out Bible tracts, trying to convert them, trying to get them out of the dope game.
Not at that time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
If they're out there at midnight, that's when she has to go. Isn't that what you're doing?
No.
You were? I'm trying to save you. So you were out there getting high?
Neither no. I work second shift. No, I don't get high. I don't get high at all. So Andrea is lying. Whatever your name is. We call her Dree.
You give me some background on your association.
Never did like when I first met her. Because she is controlling. She control my son with sex.
It's a lie.
Yes, control my son with sex.
He got his own.
She never had respect.
How do you know she controls him with sex?
I know, because that's what they do. You know how they do when they're young.
I don't know about being controlled by sex.
Well,
I'm sorry.
my son was.
I apologize.
I was young. I was young before. I don't know if you know. But you know these kids
as
today,
a baby, I wasn't controlled.
That's what these young girls do. That's what these young girls do.
Maybe that's what you did when
But
you
she
was
has been
little,
expelled out of school because she had no manners to teachers, she had no manners to elders, and she's starting to become a criminal. Armed robbery.
Let's see it. Young lady?
Not only that, before that, let me tell you
arrested
why
for
I don't
armed
want
robbery?
this young lady
Yes,
with my
Your Honor.
son. I'm gonna tell you why I don't want this young lady.
Innocent.
That's
And
a
the
lie,
reason
Your
this is
Honor.
important because we're going to get to an assault. That's what this is about,
Yes.
fighting.
Yes, Your
and I
Honor.
know everybody's going to say the other one started it.
Yes.
And that's the only issue today is who started it,
Yes.
who was the aggressor. That's what determines who's liable for a fight or not. So I need to hear as much as I can about a violent background, about a criminal background, about any of the things
Your
I'm
Honor,
listening
Ms.
to.
Burns has
Armed
a
robbery is certainly an indication.
robbery.
A lack of control is certainly an indication. You can't control yourself.
Your Honor, Ms. Burns also has a criminal past. She's assaulted a police officer, and Tasheen himself is also in trouble with the law right now.
Ma'am?
And I can tell you, me, I don't have no criminal past.
You
I
didn't
don't. I
assault a police
I
officer.
never saw the
You're
police.
under
I work in the
oath.
medical
Lie.
field. I never saw the. Axel, where's the proof? They
Your
don't even
Honor,
know me.
Tasheen
Your
got
Honor,
into
can I
trouble.
tell you? Can I
Ask
tell you
your
how
son.
all this started? Yes,
Tasheen
my son
just
is
got
in
Let me
trouble.
hear from him. Come
Yes,
on
he
up,
is.
young man. State your name.
My name is Tasheen Burns.
What type of trouble you in? Have you been in any trouble involving violent crime?
No,
Nothing involving violence.
nothing involving violence.
All right. Tell me about this armed robbery, young lady. Why were you arrested for armed robbery? Armed
was-
means you had a gun.
No, Your Honor, I was messed up with the wrong person. I was with 3 other dudes, and they told me to come pick them up from a KFC, and I have not known that they just robbed a KFC, and they jumped inside my car, and
What is your counterclaim for? Tell me about the
5,000
fight.
because I got 5,000. I have my medical.
Tell me how it happened. Tell me what occurred.
Well, what happened was the whole thing is my uncle had died. My relative was over, and from South Carolina, I've asked
What are you talking
Tasheen.
about? They owe you $5,000. This is $100.
That's 100. Yeah, that's my insurance paid. My insurance paid, but I want them to pay my insurance and pay my co-payment.
Tell me
And
what
the-
happened, ma'am.
What happened was I asked Tasheen and Dree to guide my parents back to my house. They did. When they did, they got pulled over with a roadblock. They had marijuana, Dree, because it was
Your
3
son.
cars. Tasheen was driving. They had marijuana in the car and daiquiri in the car. When my mom's called me, when I got out there, the police had my son in handcuffs, taking him to
Is
jail.
this what you were referring
Yes,
to?
sir. He
All
was
right.
driving.
All right.
It was her vehicle, and he took the charges. It was her marijuana. He said her daiquiri. I know for sure because my cousin said he
Get
gave
to
it
the
to her.
fight, man.
The fight happened because after the funeral, what happened was we was watching TV, sitting in the den. We saw that their brother and Drees and their nephew or uncle, whatever, had died. He got shot in the head. So we saw that on TV, and we had just came from the funeral. So what we did was we called, Tasheen called, and said, okay, I'm sorry, I heard what happened. We're gonna come over there, we're gonna see you. 3 days after, we went to go see them. When I got there, Sarita met me at the door. I never got in the house. I took my aunt, I took my son, I took my 2 little cousins, and I took my uncle's girlfriend. They're 50 years old. I took them to console the mother, because we just lost
Tell
the
me
uncle.
what happened, ma'am.
What happened was Sarita, she started confronting me, telling me I'm a devil, I'm this and I'm that. So Tasheen noticed that I never made it in the house, so he came. And when he came, I told him to go and tell everybody, come on, we're gonna leave. When I turned around, she jumped me from the back, pulled my wig off, started attacking me.
Absolute lie, Your Honor.
That's what
I'm
she
at
did to me.
home
She was
mourning the
spitting
death
all
of
in my face.
nephew.
I never got in their house.
Spit in your face.
Yes, just
an
yelling, you're a
absolute
devil,
lie.
you're the
That's
devil, you're the
Your
devil,
Honor.
you're the devil. Why didn't you bring Tasheen to be with Dree? Because you know she needed you. He needed
Tell
you.
me what happened.
Sir, my nephew was murdered April 19th. Adrian's brother, our nephew. Tasheen and Adrian has been dating for almost 2 years, and Tasheen hadn't come to support her, hadn't come to see how she was doing or anything. About a few minutes after that, Adrian announced that Tasheen and his mother had arrived. So I looked out the window, and the first thing I noticed was 5 people coming, walking up, and who we didn't even know. That was odd because.
So what
we didn't-
happened?
coming over
Adrian,
our
you
day.
tell me.
we get to the door because I had called Tasheen. I'm like, well, why haven't you came to see me yet? Well, since you haven't came yet, it's over. I don't want to be with you
Okay,
anymore.
so they came though, ma'am.
And then he
what?
came. Me and Aunt Charita had went to the door, and we said everybody that came through. Her auntie, her other auntie, and his cousin said, "I'm sorry for your loss." And Sabrina tried to walk through the door without saying anything, and that's when I left from the door, and her and Sabrina was talking outside of the door. And then I come back to the door to check in and see why haven't Sabrina came back and came inside the house yet. And when I get back to the door, I see her hit my auntie in her chest. And then that's when I try to run out there to break it up, and somehow it comes in the hallway, and she bum rushed into our door, so we got holes inside our door.
Were you calling her the devil and all that?
No,
Your Honor.
Did you spit on her?
No, ain't nobody never spit.
Ma'am,
No, Your
she
Honor.
hit you? Why did she hit you?
She was making the accusations.
No, I asked
against
you,
me.
why did she hit you?
She hit me because I stopped her at the door because she pushed past me to go on the door. And I said, well, hold on, step back for a second. I said, that was really rude. I said, you didn't speak. I said, everyone paid condolences. You didn't say anything. I said, that's rude. And she said, well, who are you? I never saw you a day in my life. I don't know you. You look like a child to me.
What happened then?
What happened then is, we began to have words. She, was calling me out of my name.
And then she went off and slugged you?
Yeah, I began to, say what I had
And you
to
say, what happened?
I said when I got to the door, she asked me why I didn't bring Tasheen.
And pulled your wig.
And she pulled my wig.
Your Honor, I have to let you
Your
know.
Honor, I got beat by all of them. I never
Your
even
Honor,
got,
I have to let you know.
reports. I got
5 of them came over. We don't know them. We also have
came to
statements.
bring
We have
condolence. We
papers.
came to give
Your Honor,
condolence.
Who has a police report?
I do.
We do.
Your Honor, I must let you know, before my sister found out about her son,
my brother.
Lil Sabrina has not had a positive attitude.
Your Honor, she doesn't know me. I never
she's
met
not
her
gotten
before.
along with my
I
family.
never saw her before.
Your
till
Honor,
then.
she did not come with sincere condolences in her heart.
Was
Her and my
anyone
sister-
charged?
Yes,
You
we're
want
not
the-
charged. We all
No,
got
sir.
citations. But if you look
Y'all
in there,
received
you will
disorderly
see that
conduct
the police
conduct
witnessed Kelly
tickets.
spitting on my son.
Your Honor,
Was that true, ma'am?
yes.
You spit on her son?
Your Honor, they came to our house not to give condolences. They came to our house to start a fight. Sabrina got into an argument with my
Your Honor,
sister.
why would I bring those people to fight? I even brought a cake.
They didn't come over there to
No,
start
yes,
a
they
fight.
did.
know
Dollar
they
cake.
did. Be quiet. No. Did you spit on this boy? Case dismissed. Counterclaim is granted, ma'am. You spit on this boy talking about they came to fight. Have a good day. Judgment for the counterclaim. Bye-bye.
Oh, ain't nothing happening between me and him because his mama is too controlling of him. He don't know how to control his own self, and his mother needs to stay in her own place because they're both are the devil and they're going to hell.
She is the one who's controlling. No more control for her. I am the mother. He's 18 years old, and all that happened.
Her
I just
son
want
got
to
a
say
mind
that
of
I
her
got
own.
my son back.